Well, thank you so much, Kathleen, and thanks, Jennifer. On the top right of your screen here, I hope you see a picture of Colby Galston. And Colby was the first big success that we had, I think, with our community reference project. And that took her from reference librarian to business librarian. Amy Long is, when she was she came into our leadership development program within Douglas County Libraries, and it was she who took all this kind of rambling, inchoate vision that I had been puzzling about for a couple of years and actually turned it into something that moved our institution forward. So it's my great pleasure to be presenting with these two rising stars. So shall I try to proceed here? Okay. So my piece of this, and I'll take about 10 minutes to talk about this, I want to give you kind of the basic context for the vision of community reference. What you see here first is a picture of librarians in the field, and mostly you're going to see a lot of pictures of us in the community, but this kind of underscores the idea that at this point, community reference, the idea of leaving the building and going out and adding value, is something that is very much a work in progress. This picture shows Amber DeBerry, and she is as you see that kind of gold frame cross in the background, she's on the right-hand side of that, her smiling face. She is the head of our community relations department. And most of the pictures that we'll be showing you, though, of our librarians are not how we usually think of them. For most of us, reference in a public library setting or an academic setting is something that takes place behind fort reference. We have librarians who are paid to wait. They wait for someone to come up, they conduct a reference interview, they pull together some resources to get the patrons started in answering these questions, and then they say, come back if you need help. Off-desk, librarians do other things. This is not the typical off-desk time. This is a desk of Elizabeth Kelson-Huber, another one of our rising stars manning a booth at a community event. But off-desk, librarians spend their time reading reviews, doing bibliographies, attending departmental meetings, doing some continuing education. What this means, though, is that for a long time, we have been set up, I think, to fail. When I was in library school, it was made clear to me that the role of a reference librarian was a transactional information specialist. You see the sign here about cash, and that's Amy selling tickets at the chamber event. But the idea was we were professionals. People came and they asked us questions. We gave them the information, and that was the end of the transaction. But the problem is now everybody has a mobile phone that's connected to Google. Even comic strips show people whipping out their smartphones to look up who is in which movie, the name of a book, Marilyn Monroe's third husband. And I think that's wrong. We are not information professionals. We are relationship builders. We are storytellers. We are community assets. Back around 2007, we did a series of internal surveys. And first I had heard about a study that had been done in the Pacific Northwest that said 80% of the questions that are brought to an American public library reference desk could be answered by somebody who did not have an MLS, by a paraprofessional, and it could be answered well. So we said, well, gee, is that true? I mean, certainly it has implications for our staffing patterns. So we went to our phone center, where we have kind of a centralized phone contact center, and we said, so just start tracking these. Of the questions that people are asking us on the phone, how many of them require an MLS, and how many of them can a trained, smart, service-oriented paraprofessional deal with just fine? And we found that 85% of the questions we got could be answered by a paraprofessional. Then we said, okay, well, is it different out at the desk? So let's bring in some students from the local library science program to actually watch these transactions. And we found that, once again, 85% did not require an MLS. Well, at about this time then, Colby came into my office saying, did I make a mistake? Did I decide to become a reference librarian just as we decided that we no longer need them? And I want to make it clear, and here I show the woman with the microphone is another one of our branch managers, Aspen. We are now out in the community, and my question to the reference librarians, I started asking both my managers and reference librarians, what do we know about our community? Those three questions we showed you at the beginning of this presentation. Can you tell us Who are the leaders in the community? Can you say what the organizations are that are doing something? Do we know what issues the community is facing? And found that many of us did not. And so I realized that even though librarians are very trusted, we are in fact search experts, we're good at the reference interview, we are neutral and common ground, people have respect for libraries. And certainly we provide access to technology, the space of the library is important, the role that we provide in early literacy is significant. But as I moved myself from reference librarian to a circulation department head to assistant director to director, I realized that more and more of my time, more and more of my job was not about what happened within the building. It was about what happened outside the building. It was about the authorizing environment, the effect of our services, but also what was going on outside the library. For a long time, I thought that the real role of being an advocate for libraries was to show up and say libraries are important. But one day I realized that it is not the role of the community to make the library look good. It's the role of the library to make the community a better, more vital place to live. So, what about reference? What does that mean? And our suggestion today is that suppose it's time not only to leave your desk, but it's time to leave the building.